What's up, YouTube? Gengar's Lair here, and I'm going to go over an updated Toxtricity VMAX deck profile. Before I do that, let's go ahead and do some code cards. We got Hidden Fates, Champion's Path, Hatterene V, Champion's Path, Champion's Path. I swear these are shuffled. And another Champion's Path. Well, looks like y'all got some Champion's Path to open up. Enjoy. Let's get into this deck profile. I'm really excited for this. This is one of my favorite decks, and it's very consistent. But when it bricks, it bricks. Start off with 3 of the VMAX. You don't need 4. Even though he is your main attacker, you don't need 4. Trust me, he's so much health. And G-Max Riot, 160 base. But if your opponent's Pokemon is poisoned, it does 80 more, so 240. But basically you're doing 250 damage because the poison will do 10. So 250 for 3 energy. Definitely really strong. And now that I think about it, I don't play Weakness Guard energy in this deck, but I might have to because Urshifu has just gone up in popularity. So I might have to add some Weakness Guard in here because it does take 2 lightning and a colorless. Maybe that's something y'all could consider. I just don't know what I could take out right now. But yeah, for now, just the 3 VMAX. And this is something I'm debating on the next card coming up. I play 4 of the regular V. Now, this is completely up to you. Honestly, most decks that play VMAXs play 3-3. And that's really good enough. Playing 4, I've found that yeah, sometimes it can be a little bricky. And if I were to remove one, I would take 1 V out and put in a second Boltund. I only play 1 Boltund in this deck. It does hurt when it's prized because it slows down the deck a lot. But if it's not prized and you're going second, you better bet Boltund is going out active. You're using Electrify. And the great thing about Boltund is late game, if they don't kill it, it's got Bolt Storm, and you can really punish them for not killing Boltund. And you already know I'm flexing. I'm going to flex with this deck. Now, this deck relies on poison, right? So to poison your opponent, I'm playing a 3-3 line of Garbodor and Trubbish. Garbodor, when its ability is once during your turn, if there's a stadium in play, it doesn't have to be yours. You can make your opponent's active poisoned. Just like that. Just poison their active. This is really great because it's a consistent poisoning method. Oh yeah, these Trubbish are foil as well. You bet they are. Consistent poisoning method. Yes, you could play Slowbro V, and he is a pretty good alternative. However, he has a 3 retreat cost and he has to be active. This does not have to be active, and it's actually relatively easy to set up and just get out. Next, we got the 1 Coco Prism Star. Post rotation's gonna hurt a little bit losing Prism Star, but I feel like to replace it as it is now, just add a second Boltund after rotation. That's an easy replacement. But it is going to hurt a little bit. But this right now goes in every lightning deck. Any deck that plays lightning energy, you got to have Koga. Now onto like support Pokemon. You know, Koga is a supporter, but I'm going to play 2 Dedenne. I prefer the Dedenne over Crobat. However, I'm slightly leaning towards Crobat now because the 180 health. 160 is such a sweet number to easily be sniped and easily be bossed and killed. So it is a risk having Dedenne on the bench. But however, Dedenne can use Tingly Return GX. And Dedenne is a guaranteed 6 draw. Whereas Crobat, you have to lower your hand size and hopefully you draw the right cards. It's the same way with Dedenne, but you get to draw 6. You know you're seeing 6 cards. And discarding basic lightnings doesn't really hurt because you've got Coco. And then, you know, mid-game, late game, you can use Return GX. It works. It paralyzes. Sorry, and Dedenne returns to the hand. So, if Dedenne was a threat to be knocked out by a Cramorant, well, go ahead and Tangly return. Now you just got that 2 Prizer off your bench, and just stall a little longer. Last Pokemon's gonna be Eldegoss V. Eldegoss, it comes up sometimes, but the problem with Eldegoss is that it does take up that bench spot. And with this deck, the bench is very limited. So I might take this out, I might not. I do like Eldegoss because it can attack for 2 colorless, float up. And that comes in a lot of times where sometimes you're so bricked that you just have to float up. Put Eldegoss back in your deck, hopefully draw it again, or play a quick ball, get it back, play it down, get that supporter back. And again, it's another 2 Prizer that can leave the field. So hopefully preventing some damage and some prizes being taken. Now on to supporters. These numbers can change. I've adjusted them slightly. In post-rotation, it's really going to hurt. But to start, we got 2 boss. Look at how beautiful this is. Yeah, you damn right. I'm playing Pokemon. I'm not collecting. Like, I'm gonna play the game. I'm not gonna just let these sit in a binder or sit in a card sleeve somewhere. I'm gonna play with them. So I gotta flex. Boss standard. I don't need to explain that. That's standard. Something that's not standard is I only play 2 Marnie. Whoa, that's so shiny. Yep. I gotta flex. I only play the 2 Marnie. I only have the 2 shiny Marnie. So I'm not playing anymore because I don't have any more shiny ones. 2 seems fine. There are times where I kind of wish I had a 3rd, but really 2 it's been okay for me. And really that's because I've played the 3 Professor's Research. Everybody says it's the best draw supporter in the game. And I mean, they're right. Draw 7 cards. Really strong. It's an obvious choice. Now, one-ofs. This deck plays a little bit of a tag engine. Not necessarily. But we got 1 Koga's Trap. This has come in clutch a lot because sometimes you just don't have Garbodor. And you need to just poison your opponent. And that confusion can also really help clutch out some games. The 1 Koga's Trap. The 1 Goose Hala. Essential. This card is so essential. It gets you your Stadium, your Special Energy, and a Tool card. And I play all 3 of those. And you get to discard 2, so you can discard 2 basic energies. Now your Cocoa Prism is live. It's such an insane card. It's essential. The fact that even if you're just looking for the energy, that's so clutch. 1 Cynthia Caitlyn. I like Cynthia Caitlyn as a drawing supporter. Not so much as to recycle another supporter. That's nice, but I like to just draw the 3, honestly. And discarding the 1, you can discard a basic lightning energy. Now your Cocoa Prism is live. I mean, I've mostly used this just to draw. But sometimes it does get a supporter back, and that can help. 1 Malolana. I do like the Malolana. I do like healing the 120. Sometimes it doesn't matter in some games. But then again, it's a switch card. It's a standard switch. So if they bossed out something, thinking that they'll stick you in the active position, and you desperately need a switch, you don't draw it with Dedenne, well, you can Malolana switch. You don't have to discard 2. Which is something I forgot, and I've lost a few games because of. And then finally, 1 Bird Keeper. I've been testing Bird Keeper instead of. I used to play 2 Malolana, but I don't have a second full art, so I'm not going to play a standard ugly one. Alright, I'm flexing here. So I put in Bird Keeper. I like Bird Keeper a lot. Drawing 3 is really strong. It's a switching card. I love switching cards. And post-rotation, Malolana gets replaced with a second Bird Keeper. But these 3, I'm having a hard time thinking what's going to replace them. Hopefully they release some new supporters that have similar effects. That would be great. But as it stands, it's going to be really hard to replace these three. That's it for supporters. On to stadiums. 3 Dust Island. Unfortunately, they did not make this a full art, so this is as shiny as I can get. But Dust Island's really good. Basically, if your opponent uses a trainer card, so a supporter or a switch, to leave the active and bring a new guy out, that new guy is poisoned. The poison stays. You play 3 because Chaotic Swell is such a big card right now, and you really kind of need that poison to stick. However, it's really easy to get around Dust Island. All they need is 1 switch and then a hard retreat, and then the poison's gone. So they could just use switch. Okay, the new active is poisoned. We'll just retreat the new active back into the guy, and now you have a non-poisoned Pokemon, so it's easy to get around. Post-rotation, I'm just going to put Spike Muth in here, or maybe one of the new stadiums coming out in Chilling Rain. I don't know, not quite sure. I think I saw one of them and said, oh, that's good for this deck. I don't remember. A card I am loving in this deck, 2 Air Balloon. I love Air Balloon in this deck because every single Pokemon gains free retreat now. 1 cost, 1 cost, 1 cost, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. Every single Pokemon in my deck will gain free retreat with Air Balloon. That's why Air Balloon was what I chose to go with instead of like Big Charm or instead of Vitality Band. Air Balloon. Solely because every Pokemon gains free retreat, and that's really clutch. But two's fine. 2's a good enough number. Now on to some extra flexing. You know what? I'm going to leave these up here because they're gold. Nice gold Air Balloons. Got 4 switch. You know me. If you don't know me, you know me now. I like switch cards. I'm a switcheroo. If I see a deck profile that only plays 3 switch, I'm like, you're crazy. I'm putting a 4th in there. Switch is like my favorite card. I had to get the golds. It was bound to happen eventually. Speaking of gold, did someone say Quick Ball? Yeah, you know, I had to get the gold once. Flexing with my favorite deck. Quick Ball, essential at 4. There's no argument. You can't argue that. Simple. 1 great catcher. Oh, wow, so shiny. So shiny. Wow, it's almost like I have shiny Pokemon too. Wow, amazing. Great catcher's getting stronger now because a lot of people are playing Mewtwo and Mew now. Mewtwo and Mew has come back. People are playing Dedenne in every deck. Great catcher. Amazing. Mawile GX, Jirachi GX is apparently being played. So, great catcher coming in clutch. Along with that 1 Tool Scrapper. You know it's already gold. You know that's happening. Tool Scrapper's insane. They have a rusted sword. They have any tool on them. Bye-bye. No more. Tool Scrapper's so strong. Why would you play Tool Jammer? Remove up to 2 tools. It's insane. Now, unfortunately, they never made a gold Great Ball. But I play 3 Great Ball. And I'm very saddened that they never made a gold Great Ball. Because it's great. No, Great Ball can be annoying sometimes. You only look at the top 7 at any Pokemon you find there. That's the advantage. However, you're only looking at the top 7. And a lot of the times, you know, yeah, you do get to pick any Pokemon you find, but you don't really get a choice because it's the top 7. But Great Ball, I've been playing in this deck since I made it the first time, and it's been working. It works fine. And plus, Pokemon communication is rotating, so Great Ball's in here for now. It is foil. Trust me, it's foil. All three of them. It works fine. Maybe you could put Pokemon Communication in here. And no, I don't play Evolution Incense. I tried it. It doesn't. There's only 6 targets for it, and I don't really want to waste an Evo Incense on that. Now on to energies. Of course, 4 Speed Lightning. I don't think they have a higher rarity than this. Pretty sure they don't. I think this is as high as you can get with Speed Lightning. Just being foil like that. If they did make a gold one, I'm going to certainly buy it right away. Because it's the best special energy. I mean, play it, draw 2. That's insane. But it has to be played on a lightning type. So you play it on an Eldegoss, you're not drawing 2. So that's the drawback to it, but dude, that's not big drawback. You gotta play 4. It's a lightning deck. Speaking of lightning, of course, all my lightning energy are foil. There's shininess. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lightnings. 8 lightnings with this 4 speed lightnings. You got 12 lightning energy total. That's a perfect number. Out of the probably 100 games I've played with this deck, lightning energy has been, like, I've bricked in terms of lightning energy like once, maybe twice. It's not that hard to get. And you'll notice there's no like energy recovery in this deck, so once it's discarded, it's kind of discarded forever. But Coco Prism can get it back with ease. So that's my flexed out Toxtricity VMAX. Oh yeah, Marty, boss, you damn right. Max flex. And you may be like, hold up. Why didn't you buy Shiny Toxtricity V? Because I like this artwork better. I like the background. It looks really cool. I don't really like the Shiny Toxtricity V. I don't think it looks that much better. I really like this artwork. So that's why I have the regular one. But this whole deck is max rarity. I do kind of consider Dedenne to be a max rarity. Kind of. I mean, obviously, if I got the Rainbow Dedennes, that'd be max rarity, but it's full art. It's close enough. So let me just quickly go over post-rotation. I did it before, earlier in the video, but I'll just quickly go over it now. Coco Prism, when that rotates, just put a second Boltund in. Dedenne, when these rotate, just put 2 Crobats in. I mean, it's not going to be that bad. Crobat replaced Dedenne anyways, unless they make a new Pokemon that replaces Dedenne, but it doesn't look like it anytime soon. And then the only other thing rotating would be Dust Island, and then Supporters. But Dust Island, when that rotates, as of right now, you could put Spikemuth in there, which, when a Pokemon switches, it takes 20 damage. It's not that good, but you don't really have many options. Or you could play the Stadium that says Pokemon cannot be healed. That would be a good one. That would be very good, actually, because you won't be healing yourself. So that'll be easy. Malolana, just put a second Bird Keeper. These 3 here are troubling me. When these rotate... Who?
Hop.
Oh, that's a meme. When these rotate, that's tough. Because there's really no replacements for any of these 3. Cynthia Caitlyn is kind of replaced by Eldegoss V, but I already have an Eldegoss in the deck. So this is a little tough trying to decide what these would be post-rotation. At the moment, I can only think of maybe like maybe they just no longer supporters, and maybe I add uh cards like energy retrieval, like cards to get energy back into my hand, because there's going to be no way to. There's going to be no Coco, so I might.
Ordinary Rod.
Yeah, maybe Ordinary Rod, one of. Because if early game you're forced to discard some valuable cards, you can get them back. That's a tough one. I'll get back to y'all on an updated deck profile after rotation in August. But for now, these three are definitely staying. And the last card that rotates will be Great Catcher, which I just realized as I was looking through. No big deal. It doesn't really affect the deck. In terms of losing Great Catcher, honestly, you could put a third boss in. Really.
Plus GXs are gonna rotate.
Yeah, GXs rotate. All of them do, so Great Catcher isn't losing anything. So just put a third boss, to be honest. Or if you wanted to, I feel like 2 boss is kind of enough. You could put in Fan of Waves. That's being played a lot. Actually, now that I think of it, Great Catcher could be a Fan of Waves, and then the 3 supporters could be Fan of Waves, Ordinary Rod. Or here they are. Ordinary Rod, Fan of Waves, Fan of Waves. That way you would play 3 Fan of Waves, 1 Ordinary Rod, 2 Bird Keeper. That would pretty much like fix the problem, because Fan of Waves straight up puts a special energy anywhere on the field.
Hammer just can discard it though.
Yeah, but Fan of Waves puts it back in the deck without flipping. It's a guaranteed putback, but it's only on special energy. But really, a lot of decks are special energy right now. Most of them are. And especially Urshifu and all that, they're special energy. So Fan of Waves is a good replacement. So yeah, that's my Toxtricity VMAX. I've been testing it a lot, and it's pretty strong. Obviously it loses. And it loses even when I don't brick. Like, you're going to lose games. It just happens. But there's no deck out there that's just unbeatable. I mean, ADP is pretty close to it, but this deck's underrated. Very underrated. Along with Rillaboom, who's also underrated. But Toxtricity VMAX, everybody just pushed it aside because it came out in Rebel Clash. They just pushed it aside. They thought it was bad. It just doesn't work. No, it's pretty good, actually. What's bad about it is that it only does 250 damage. 260 max if you put a Vitality Band. But 250, you're two-shotting everything. But that's what the game is now. You're two-shotting everything. The problem is that you don't one-shot GXs. That's the problem.
You one-shot Vs, though.
Yeah. Regular Vs you'll one-shot. Sometimes. But, hey, it's an underrated deck. I think it's really strong, especially my build. I'm going to put it to the real test by going to a real tournament. Especially since it's max flex time. Max flex. This is my favorite deck. Up until Gengar comes out, which I'm hoping the G-Max comes out.
It's been like 24 minutes.
This is going to be this is my favorite deck until then. This deck is all me. There's no deck profiles. I have not looked up deck profiles. This is all me. So I'm pretty proud of the deck I've made and how strong it is. And give it a test yourself and see how you do. All right. You think I was leaving? Now, without giving you all a code card. Here's your code card. Hidden Fates. Enjoy. See ya.